Hezbollah are called terrorists is because they won't take Israel's shit. Hamas, if they step back from killing Israeli civilians and focus their attacks on the Israeli military and Israeli government, then I could call Hamas freedom fighters. But as long as Hamas kills innocent Israeli citizens, they're terrorists. So, what does terrorism accomplish? If I come into your city, if I come into your country, if I come into your town, your state, and I set up some bombs and I blow up some buildings and I put on some bulletproof vests and I got 9 lives, so it's cool. I could put one on, go in there, blow up, used up 1 life, then get another one. I could do that 8 times, I'm still alive. What is it doing to your people? Psychological. I am inflicting fear in the psyche of your people. Why? Why? What do I gain by inflicting fear on you? If I'm just some little motherfucker out there coming in there blowing shit up, I'm not really doing shit. But if I have a bigger goal, and these are incremental steps towards attainment of that goal. America is based on the rule of law. America's foundation is the Constitution. The people in America are responsible for maintaining the integrity and sustainability of the American system. When the people sleep, the system fails. As Americans, we cannot look at the government to maintain our democracy. The power is entrusted in us, we the people, not they the government, we the people. Therefore, the government cannot take away our rights or freedoms unless we let them. Let me say that again. Any law that has been passed on this land and applied to the people of this land is done so with the voluntary acceptance of the American people. Remember that. The sponsors of terrorism: Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and United Arab Emirates. Very, very rich oil countries. Syria is not a sponsor of terrorism. Iran is not a sponsor of terrorism. Iraq was not a sponsor of terrorism. Afghanistan, they don't give a fuck about it anyway. They just want to be left alone. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and United Arab Emirates. A Muslim boy, 5 years old, Doesn't know shit about blowing nobody up. 10 years old. He just wants to go to school, learn what 5 plus 5 is. The Saudis, the Qataris, the Kuwaitis, the UAEs, I'll just call them the gang of shit. The gang of shit. They finance these mosques to radicalize these young Muslim boys. Now, am I saying every mosque does that? No. No. But the mosques that are isolated, identified, and financed by the gang of shit are what radicalize these young Arab men. If I'm going to conduct a terrorist activity, let's say the Super Bowl is coming to Atlanta, and I know there's going to be about 60,000 people in there, and I want to blow that shit up right at halftime and kill everyone. That's my goal. It is not easy to accomplish that. I have to acquire the materials to make the explosives. If I'm not a government, if I'm not a military unit, it is going to be hard to acquire those materials without detection. I'll say that again. If I am not a government or a military unit, it is going to be hard to acquire those materials. I have to transport the materials to where I'll prepare the explosives. Once the explosives are prepared, I have to transport them to the stadium. When I get to the stadium, I have to stage them. So that means all the people that are working there, all the security, stadium workers, whatever, I have to bypass them. Then I need to know the blueprints of that stadium, because in any building, we have what you call structural supports. These are those elements of that structure that provide support for the rest of the structure. In housing, you might call it load bearing. So I have to know what are those elements, because I want to place my explosives on those elements such that when I bring those elements down, it brings the whole shit down. And if I want to cause maximum damage, I want to take down as many structural supports at the same time as I can. Then I have to detonate the explosive. Now, it doesn't make sense to run det cord from the explosives, because I have to run it way out there and someone will come by and say, what the fuck is that? I might cut it. I'm fucked. So it will either be a timed explosive or a radio detonation. If it's going to be radio detonation, it has to be nearby that facility. And the signal has to be strong enough such that other signals in the area do not interfere. If it's going to be a timed detonation, I have to make sure no one finds it and turns the timer off. Executing a terrorist act is no small feat. It is not easy for some motherfucker off the street to come in here and blow shit. Now, walking in the building with a gun, that's easy. Blowing shit up, society has been going past 20, 30 years. And when you conceptualize where we need to go, things start to make sense. I'm going to propose something. It may be a little bit on the it may be a little bit on the conspiracy side, but I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this and reach your own conclusion. A set of 4 countries finances. Now, in the Muslim world, you have the Shia and the Sunni, and they're battling each other. That's why you have Saudi Arabia hates Iran and Pakistan. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have Iran sided with Syria. They're the same set of Islam as opposed to Saudi, Kuwait, Jordan, and all those other guys. However, it does Saudi Arabia no good in their war against Iran to blow up motherfuckers in Paris. It does them no good. Except maybe to blame it on Iran, but they don't do that. So it does them no good. It does them no good to fly planes into the World Trade Center. And the planes catch on fire and the buildings burn down and they crumble. Okay? Just something to think about. Go talk to a structural engineer and ask them, is it possible for a plane to fly into a steel structure as tall as the World Trade Centers, melt all the steel, and cause the plane to come crumbling down? Go ask them. They'll likely tell you no, which means that it's very likely those planes did not cause those buildings to collapse. Think about it. That's all. Just think about it. But what does Saudi Arabia gain? Nothing. Or do they? Or do they? White boy sitting in Australia sees these evil Muslims kill all these white people in America. White boy sitting in Australia sees all these evil Muslims kill all those white people in Paris, France. White boy sitting in Australia starts to think these Muslims are fucking evil pieces of shit. And then he watches some movies and television shows which reinforce that belief. The fucking government ain't doing shit to protect my race. I gotta take things into my own motherfucking hands. I'm gonna kill some motherfucking Muslims. I don't want them in my country. They're refugees and they're gonna come out here like Trump said. Trump said it. They're refugees, they're gonna come out here, they're gonna blow shit up, they're gonna kill all of us. Fuck that, nigga. I'm gonna take these fucking Muslims out before they take me out. That is what was going through that white boy's mind. Do not fucking sit here and try to rationalize. You implant so much fear in an individual, they're going to react. They're going to react. what's going to happen? Another white boy's going to go out there, kill some more Muslims. Then another one, kill some more Muslims. At some point, these Muslims are going to say, fuck you. Now, some Muslims going to go kill some white people. And it's going to keep going back and forth. And look, I was a Crip. When I was a youth, I used to gangbang. I was a Crip, nigga. You read a lot about the drive-bys. You read a lot about niggas killing niggas. Let me tell you something about gangsters. You say all this shit about us. Let me tell you something about gangsters. I'm going to kill someone for a reason. I'm not just going to walk out there and randomly pop, 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 take someone out. No. I'm going to kill someone for a reason. You jack me, you do some fucked up shit, it's on, nigga. A lot of this gang warfare that you see, a lot of the shit that you see going on in Chicago between the vice lords and the disciples, a lot of it is retribution, revenge. You robbed us, we coming back for you. You killed one of us, we coming back at you. What is happening right now? And people are not paying attention to it. And I urge you to go back and study Europe between 1900 and 1980. Study the economies of Europe. Study the politics of Europe, the European nations, how they were interacting with each other, whether there was any friction, any tension. Go and study Germany between about 1928 and 1933. Before Hitler came to power, when Hitler came to power, and the period right after Hitler came to power. Patterns develop over time. As these patterns emerge, they move us in certain directions. It is my postulation that something much, much deeper and much sinister. These 49 Muslims that are killed in New Zealand a war between Islam and Christianity, and a war between white people and non-white people. These things are being set up right now. When you see all the racism, all the hate, all the prejudice, all the bigotry coming from white, directed at Latinos, directed at black people, directed at Jews, which I don't understand because these are fucking white. When you see that, when you see this vitriol against Muslims, they're setting shit up. They're setting shit up for war. between Islam and Christianity, which is going to pit the West against those Muslim people and those Muslim nations. And I'm talking about predominantly Muslim nations. They're setting that up. They're setting up a war between white people and Latinos and black people. That's why Latinos have been so demonized. That's why black people seem to be demonized. Now, on the black front, I don't really have to worry about much. Because I hate to fucking say it. I hate to fucking say it. I think that I'm fucking lost. And this is fucking shit out there. My people are lost. They have no idea what they're fucking doing. They have no idea what they're doing. Hate the black people. They're fucking shit out. So the war against black people does not have to be that vigorous. We have such a fucked up state. You give us enough ammunition, we'll kill us. We don't have to do that. Latinos, that might be a vigorous battle. That might be a vigorous battle, but that's so. And the Muslims, right? They're fighting. What Muslim nation can stand up to the West? None. There might be a few terrorist attacks here and there, but why can that? The white man has a problem. And his problem is that deep down in his heart, he knows he ain't shit. He knows it. And he's known that for thousands of fucking years. He knew that when he went to South America and found these Indians, these savages who are so much more civilized and culturally advanced than him, because remember when Columbus went to South America in the 1400s, 1500s, Europe was a savage, barbaric place. At that time, Europe was the least civilized part of the planet. He went to Africa. These fucking Africans, shit, they ain't riding around butt naked in the back of zebras. They're running shit. He went to Asia. So the Chinese saw the Japanese. Like, what the fuck, man? He went to India. Hare Krishna. Namaste. They were advanced. Everywhere the motherfucking white man went, everyone was ahead of him. And it developed a great insecurity in him. And so now, he's going to solve their problem. He's going to solve their problem. When you play chess, you have the pawn, moves up and down, one square. You have the knight, moves in L's. You have the bishop, diagonal. You have the castle, up and down. You have the queen, she does whatever the fuck she want to do. Then you have the king. A master chess player thinks 3, 4 moves ahead. They understand game theory. It's like basketball. It's like basketball. I mean, I've been playing since I was 5, and I see these motherfuckers, NBA, college ball, and they'll come up to a motherfucker and they cross-legging, 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 and they don't do shit. See, if I come on you and I cross that ball, I want you to move to that angle. Once you move to that angle and I've got you committed to that angle, that side's open. Then I drop. I'm done, nigga. I'm quicker than you. You can't touch me. But then I'm thinking, once I beat this nigga, what's that nigga gonna do? What's that nigga gonna do? So I gotta think ahead. Once I beat that nigga, if that nigga pulls up and that nigga nearby, I wanna bring him together. It's easy to beat 2 motherfuckers that's bunched up than to beat 2 motherfuckers that's got space between them. Because if I got you bunched up, I could pop, pop, spin, come down the other side. Thinking ahead. That's why motherfuckers can't touch me in basketball. They can't guard me. Because I'm thinking about playing against the whole fucking team. I ain't thinking one player at a time. When you win a chess, you're positioning your knight to make 4 or 5 moves. You're positioning your castle to make 3, 4 moves. I am setting you up to come into my trap. When I played quarterback in high school, I take the ball, I drop back, I'm in the pocket. I got the defensive lineman. Nah, let them motherfuckers come to me. Know why? Because when they're close to me, they're not going to tackle me both at the same time because they don't want to jump into each other. Unless they're trying to sandwich me. Fuck that. So when I bring him in, I want one to come for a tackle. He comes in there, I get away. Another one comes for a tackle, I get away. A third one, I get away. Now I got space. Run and shoot, my nigga. These motherfuckers at the top are smart as shit. They think ahead, they plan ahead. The white man has a plan. And his plan is to regain his dominance. That's his plan. And he's going to do that by bringing Muslim and Christian head to head and bringing white and the rest at war. I won't go on any further on this. I just want to put some points for thought out there. And you may listen to this and say, this nigga's crazy as shit. And that's cool. I'm not crazy. I'm insane. There's a difference. And I'm proud to be insane. Because I would not want to be sane. I love being insane. So I'm not crazy. I'm insane. So don't listen to the words of an insane person. What I want you to do is go back and look at the past and assess the impact and purpose of the media as a conditioning tool. And assess what we've become as a society where it is mandated that everyone now conform. And if you don't want to conform, there's a problem with you. And you're labeled as a problem. Go back and study socialism and what socialism is. And look at how we are moving towards socialism. Because socialism is the ultimate form of government to enforce conformance on the population. So if you don't want to abide by the status quo, you're going to be in hell under socialism. Study the history of homosexuality, how it became normalized to the point now that we're moving to a level where if you're not a homosexual, there's going to be something wrong with you. So a nigga like me that don't give a fuck about men, I don't want no male friends. I don't want to deal with no men. Men are goddamn garbage bitches. I have no business with them. Fuck them. I'm going to be a problem. I don't accept homosexuals. I'm going to be a problem. Then look at Islam and how it became demonized. Look at who the funders, the sponsors of Islam are, of terrorism. Look at who the sponsors of terrorism are and how they do it and what the U.S. government is doing about it, which is nothing. What the EU governments are doing about it, which is nothing. If we wanted to stop terrorism, all we got to do is overthrow the Saudi monarchy, overthrow the Kuwaiti monarchy, the Qatari monarchy, and the UAE monarchy. Terrorism is done. It is done. But they won't do that. Ask yourself why. If they hear talking about terrorism, why aren't they overthrowing those governments? Then look at all the talk about these evil, rapist, murderous Mexicans trying to cross our border so they could kill your father and they could rape your daughter and they could sell drugs to your son. That's what they're going to do. That's what Trump says. And that's real news. Everything else is fake. That is real news. What Trump says is the truth.